What is up, guys? Happy Friday. It is finally the weekend. You made it through another week and another month. May has ended and we are now in June. And June hasn't been that really crazy yet. So big news since last stream. We did avoid the debt default as we all expected. This isn't really a surprise to any of the viewers out there. It was a joke or a LARP that it might not happen. It happened. And so I really quickly wanted to go over the key points, at least my takeaway. One, the debt ceiling is suspended until 2025. I don't think they've actually ever suspended it in that terminology. Pretty interesting, a year and a half, maybe, with no ceiling. You guys are welcome to correct me in the live chat or in the comments afterwards. If I get any of this wrong, let me know. I'm following this live just like you. As well as student loan debt is going to begin or resume payments, I believe, in August. This is a really interesting scenario that's not so great, actually. So let's talk quickly about the effects of this. Then we're going to get into all of our normal things. We're going to take a look at the macro economy, what's going on in crypto, and stocks. We don't always do stocks, but I mean, some of this stuff is going nuts, so it's worth a look. What you can do for me, please, guys, if you're here, let us know. Put something in the chat, just anything. Let us know you're here. Smash the like, subscribe, share buttons, engage with the stream. The more we engage, the more YouTube will push this out to other and new viewers, and it helps us grow. And it's been quite a battle to grow in the last month. Slowest month probably ever in our 4 years of streaming. So let's jump into it. I have about 6 key points here for this debt ceiling. Hopefully I can run through them quick. So one, we avoided the default. That was the main thing. If we were to have defaulted, it could have triggered a severe economic crisis domestically and globally. It would have been bad, but it was never really on the table. It was just a political circus. The US dollar does serve as the world's primary reserve currency, and the US Treasury securities are widely regarded as the safest asset in the market, which apparently banks have found out is not so true. Especially, we'll have to look at the Fed rate monitor tool coming up. Another 25 BPS is is set to be hiked in June in just about 2 weeks, causing more bank collapses. A default could have undermined the confidence in our system, and this could have led to higher borrowing costs for the government, businesses, and individuals, which is funny because we're already seeing that. This could also potentially cause a spike in interest rates, a drop in the stock market, and even a recession, though by all measures, except for the measure we redefined, we were already in the recession, so is what it is. By suspending the debt ceiling, though, we've immediately averted the crisis temporarily. 2, maintaining government operations. The suspension of a debt ceiling means that the government can continue to borrow to finance its operations. This is good and bad. This can include everything from social security payments to military spending, and keeping these operations going could support economic stability and growth. So, no surprise to anyone, good stuff. Nobody wanted to see the US default, especially not people in the US. Maybe us crypto people, a little more chaos, want a little more of that spice. But it honestly, net wouldn't have been great for anybody. So the impact on student loans and consumption. This is the big one, at least for me being millennial, a lot of you out there. By resuming student loan payments, we could have mixed effects. On one hand, we have billions of dollars that were previously being deferred, and now we're going to have to begin to pay back. This can absolutely, and I think realistically, reduce disposable income and consumption among those affected, being all of us, basically. Not all of us, but this could potentially slow economic growth. On the other hand, resuming these payments would mean a return of a significant revenue stream for the government, and that could help reduce the deficit. So it could be seen positively by financial markets that these are resuming. However, when it comes down to the people paying them like us, now we have less liquidity, we have less disposable income. Not great for a booming economy or hoping for a booming economy. I personally paid all of my student loans back already, but I feel very lucky to have been able to do that. I know that I have friends that have way more than me and pay over $1,000 a month, and that's just before anything. It's post-tax dollars. They're really paying like $1,400 a month. They're stuck maybe forever in their student loans. They might die with them. Long-term debt sustainability. While suspending the debt ceiling avoids the immediate crisis, it does not address the underlying issue of the U.S.'s long-term debt sustainability. That's the big part. This is just another band-aid, another can kicked down the road. We love doing this, but it's not the right move. The U.S. public debt has been growing significantly in recent years due to various factors, such as COVID, tax cuts, increasing in mandatory spending on Social Security and welfare, etc. Without measures to either raise revenues or cut spending, the debt-to-GDP ratio will continue to grow, which could also raise concerns about the U.S.'s long-term fiscal health and potentially lead to higher borrowing costs in the future. And it's funny how all these things come back to that, as borrowing costs are at crazy highs. Money was essentially free to borrow from 2020 until, we'll say, the start of 22, when the Fed started increasing rates, and now money is very expensive. Political implications. The decision to suspend the debt ceiling could have some. The debt ceiling has been a contentious issue in U.S. politics, and the decision to suspend it could affect future negotiations over fiscal policy. In turn, could have economic implications, as uncertainty over fiscal policy could lead to business and consumer confidence and investment. Really, just more political games. Finally, the effect on monetary policy. The Federal Reserve could potentially face a more complex environment in conducting monetary policy. If inflation expectations rise due to concerns of fiscal sustainability, the Fed may have to raise interest rates more and more quickly than we would prefer, and this would potentially slow growth. So in summary, the bill likely will avoid the immediate crisis on the short side, but could while sustaining short-term stability and growth, but it could also introduce new uncertainties and challenges, being liquidity, borrowing rates, etc., and those particularly, of course, being student debt is what I'm referring to, but it expands out. So let's get into it. Sorry if that was longer than it should be. I'm trying to line these up so that we can cut them better into those short videos. I know you all don't have hours to watch every day, and hopefully you guys are appreciating some of those shorts we put out, just clips from the live stream. You can check them out after the live, and of course our playlist. While we jump into it, shout out to the sponsors: Marketcipher, Fairdesk, FEMX. We're going to be giving away $100 today from Fairdesk. All you have to do is sign up using my link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. But also sign up for FEMX, Marketcipher, using my links if you're going to use these things. It helps support the channel, and doesn't cost you anything. You get bonuses for using it. As always, our Market Corner blog, if you're interested in writing articles, finance, business, econ, whatever, broad perspective, doesn't have to be analysis. It could even be personal stories. Check out crownanalysis.com. Let us know if you want to be a writer. Shout out to Moggy, who's been just pounding out content here on Bitcoin's price movement, Bitcoin's evolution, Bitcoin ATMs, Mr. Poppy with our weekly market update. We have a lot of really great stuff, so check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So today has been rather interesting for everything except cryptocurrency, it seems, and that's why this show is a little more geared towards other things. Stocks booming. Like, we're seeing US 30 up 2%, Dow Jones up 2%, S&P up 1.5%. What's really interesting, though, is that most of these gains are coming from just a few stocks, not from the overall market. A lot of companies are not doing well, but there's a few really shining out there that we've been talking about in the last week that are pretty much just carrying everything on its shoulders. Very weird scenario. The dollar is up today, but it's down from its high about 104, and we're seeing a little pullback there. My fingers are crossed that the dollar continues to drop, and we continue to see a rally in equities. This is nothing here. Not a lot of other news going on that I've seen. We had the Hong Kong thing open up, and as everyone expected in crypto, it was a nothing burger. We didn't see crazy buying volumes come in. We really didn't see anything outside of the normal of what we would expected. Bitcoin's still in its range. One kind of cool article or piece of news that came out today, CoinBase, I read this earlier, is set to offer derivatives. Now, this is only to institutional clients. You're not going to be trading leverage on Coinbase if you're just in the US and not a accredited investor or anything. But on Bitcoin as futures, how does this impact the market? I personally don't like it. Welcome to have your own opinion. I personally don't like it. I'm not a believer that honestly futures should even exist. I don't know why you can buy and sell things in the future, but I haven't really seen a great impact on coins when perpetual futures open, and Coinbase being the leader in the spot market, especially now that Binance pulled back at 0 fees on spot, and we've seen volumes drop off there significantly. Coinbase, the clear leader, and to offer derivatives, I don't know how I feel. Chat, I would love to know what you guys are thinking about this. I am going to jump into the chat and the charts in just a minute. I wanted to show you guys one thing. This is the search volume for cryptocurrency over the last 5 years in the US, total web search. We could look at global, but just in the US for this example. Right now, in May and June, I guess it's June now, that search rating is at an 8. It obviously topped out in 21 around May, so 2 years ago, almost to the day. And we have not seen search volumes be this low at 8 since 2020 in December, which is really interesting because that is roughly the time when Bitcoin broke its previous all-time high, rallied to new heights. Everyone remembers 21. It's interesting that we're seeing such a lull. Even though price action is very low volatility, not super exciting, but we aren't down in the depths. Like if we were down at 16K still or lower, maybe that would make more sense to me. What I see here is interest capitulation. You may have heard me say that a few times recently. People are tuned out. It is summer. There are things to do. We're all making up for 2020 still, trying to get that time back and enjoy the outside. So I do recommend, guys, as much as I love you tuning in, if you need a break, take a break. It's summer. Go enjoy yourself. Go do other stuff. We'll be here. We'll leave the lights on for you, just like we have been for 4 years. We'll be here whenever you come back. But in the off chance you're stuck here forever like me, at least you're in good company. So pretty wild stuff. I do want to see really quick. I haven't actually looked at worldwide. I have a feeling it's going to look exactly the same. It pretty much does. Worldwide, it is saying that the volumes are a little higher, marginally higher. In the US, lower though. I don't trust the worldwide volume, mostly because I think a lot of it's fake traffic. So let's pull up the charts, and we're going to take a look at how this month closed, or how May closed. But what we're also going to do is I'm actually going to pull up the chat and see who's here. So I know I asked you to put something in the chat if you're here. Now I'm actually reading it, so great time to do it. Let's see who's here. Who is here? I'm going to pop out these participants. Yeah, we got a pretty healthy crew here. I see AV Creations, Bad Baptist, Captain Gary, Coins Chick, my darling. We're eagerly awaiting your next article, but no pressure. Craigton C, my man. Cryptogenic Dude, Crypto Golfer, enjoying that Vero Beach, man. I'm about to take that 20-hour trip down there. Got to join you. I need some beach time. I'm sick of corn. That's all we have here is corn. Kryptonium, my guy. Crypto Steve-O, Darko Kissick, Expandable Youth. Expendable Youth. Ew. That's kind of a hot topic name. Idako Masuso. I got it right the first time, not this time. My bad. What's up, Gear? It's Autopilot, Jay Lane, Jonah Plainclothes, my dude. Kato Eno, Leon, Deutsch. Magnus Larson, Monica McFadden, Monkey, Oh No Y2K, my guy. Rawl San Miguel, Redman, Shrink Tech, Sin, Pickle, of course, Pickle, we love you. Trivium Tyler, Unwashable Dishes, and Wick 589. How you doing, dude? Logan, Blake, how you doing, boys? Happy Friday. In Code We Trust. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Croft Castles. Solid find on the internet searches. Yeah, it's very interesting data. And as a creator, of course, I'm very in tune with it. I saw... The reality is most crypto channels saw a huge drop-off all last year. If you look at their social blades or metric analytics sites on channels, all the big channels essentially stopped growing at the start of 22, and most even contracted a little bit in that time. They're still suffering it. It's interesting because we didn't experience this. We didn't experience this contraction until about halfway through last month. No, last month. Halfway through April. About halfway through April, we randomly dropped our stream, dropped about 50% live viewers, subscribers just stalled. It's interesting, and it's data that not everyone's looking at, and so that's why I find it valuable. You guys know I think every perspective is valuable, and certainly interest in search in cryptocurrency is going to be big. What's up, Juan from Argentina? Shout out to Argentina. How you guys doing? Morty Man, why most channels ridiculously bullish? Well, we've been ridiculously bullish since we started in 2019, so I can't speak for everyone else. I will say, though, that's a good comment to just vibe off that topic. It is something as a perma bull that makes me uncomfortable. People are surprisingly bearish or bullish. I am used to being the only bull when the bottom is in, basically, like the only bull. It does make me uncomfortable because from what I've experienced over the years. Usually when all the channels are in one direction, they're wrong. I feel most comfortable when we're the only bullish channel. That doesn't seem to be the case this time. Couldn't tell you. I mean, I think we're bullish into this year. I would love to see the 4-year cycle break. I'd love to see a new all-time high this year. I don't know if I'm ballsy enough to call that, but I am ballsy enough to stick with my January prediction of I think we see at least 48,000 this year. We could then drop down, return to the lows, etc. Time will tell. I thought it would happen even already, but it seems the market has other plans. Shout out from South Africa. South Africa, this is off topic here. South Africa, surprisingly or disproportionately into crypto, and I love it. I actually on TikTok saw it's like most popular towns or something that watch your content. Johannesburg. Hopefully I didn't just make a big whoops and like that's not in South Africa. But it was like the number one. I don't know. And I've seen it on our metrics in the last 2 years. Shout out to our Afrikaans, I think that's the term. Shout out to our Afrikaan fam. We love all of you from everywhere around the world. You don't walk, carts only. I thought about tweeting the other day, why do I have a car if I Uber everywhere? I don't know. I got it right, Johannesburg. Nice. Nice. Talking about golfing, dude, I could use some beach time. I'm gonna drive down to Vero Beach. You're outside right now? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Every cycle is the cycle of firsts. You know, that isn't really true in my observation, at least. This cycle, definitely the cycle of firsts, though. Smash up the likes. Yes, 10 pence, my man. Thank you for reminding me. Please, guys, let's get those likes up. Let's get the engagement up. Chat, hit all the buttons. You know what to do. You know what to do. Let's get it a little hype. I know it's Friday and not much is happening, but we're about to jump into some charts here. In the last stream, we did like a 30-minute quick overview of just the monthly closes, and so I wanted to do maybe a similar thing here. Bitcoin closed this monthly pretty much as predicted in that stream, right where price was, which is like 27,000. Not the strongest close. They bearish engulf on the month. Now, obviously, what I'm looking at still, I feel like a broken record. 200 weekly moving average sitting at 26.3. If we trade below, which we have not in June yet, but if we trade below, especially close candles below there, I'm going to have to lean back into the downside on the short side price action team. I'm a perma bull, but price goes up and down. It doesn't only go up. But that's my line in the sand. I've been saying that for, I don't know, probably since March. Even before March, I was like, once we get above the 200, I'm bullish again. And when we're below it, I'm bearish. So I'm still watching that. We're trading at 27K. Not a lot has changed there. Not a lot. Looking at the weekly, you can see June has come very close to that 200 weekly moving average. We have filled in, I'll call it fair value gap, or the body of the previous weekly candle after rejecting from 28.4, which was the, what, April open. Right on. Pretty clean there, but price has not really settled. You have 2 days and 7 hours. Traditional markets will wrap up their trading in just a few hours. Bitcoin looking all right here. Looking okay off that 26.7. Today's daily candle definitely could have room back to the upside to fill in this fair value gap up to like 28K. Let's see if our indicators are saying anything. RSI is kind of spicy here with this little bounce off the moving average. MACD looks very sad. And the daily on Marketcipher B is not really anything to get excited about. Let's see. Bitcoin dominance was a big focus, a big topic of our last stream and our monthly wrap-ups. We were looking at this May close. It had traded below April, and it was just flirting with the bearish engulf. Somehow, some way, we can't call it buyers, but I guess Bitcoin favoritists pushed dominance up just a little bit into May's close and avoided that bearish engulf. However, we have seen already in June that fall down, so I am keeping my eye on May's low. A break of May's low in Bitcoin dominance, as described over here, likely to see altcoins gain. What is up, Mr. Dimazed 970? Thanks for subscribing, my friend. Good to have you. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please save me from the hell that is this frozen 79,000. We just got to get to 80K. If we get to 80K, then I can like, shut up about it for a while. But it costs you nothing. We're live here all the time. giving you the cutting edge of analysis of news of crypto, of banter, whatever it is you're looking for. But June, watching May's low break there and likely to see alts gain. Now, I do want to preface this with, this doesn't mean they have to go up in dollar value. It's confusing maybe to people who haven't understood this concept before. Breaking that low, likely suggesting a return at least to about 43% dominance, possibly retesting the lows. Now, when I say alt gain, what this means is alts versus Bitcoin. So Ethereum, FBTC, LTC, BTC. The problem is if Bitcoin goes down in dollar value and we see Bitcoin dominance go down, alts may gain against Bitcoin, but they very well may not gain against the dollar. They may lose dollar value. They're simply losing it slower than Bitcoin. Something really interesting to pay attention to. If it's a concept you're not familiar with, highly recommend you pay attention to the BTC pair of whatever your coins are that you love. This is not looking so hot. This is a pretty solid rejection from our 2-year range high. I will, last thing, say we have kind of speculated a return to the lows here and possibly even a lower low, and I would view that as more bullish in the short term. Why? Because when dominance drops, that typically suggests the risk appetite of the market is higher. People are looking for higher returns, and that has coincided with bullish markets. Pushing back up into June, over 48 or 49% dominance, likely entering that altcoin pain area, similar to the bottom off of 2018 when we fell into the previous bear market. So that's what I would be looking to repeat here as a sign, and Bitcoin dominance just will not give us anything. It just won't give us anything. CME, that gap filled. We have some low wicks, but it looks like daily candles are holding on here. 4 hours to go on CME, and that's a very unspectacular candle. Let's get into some actually interesting charts. I love Bitcoin more than probably anything in this world, but it is not very exciting right now. The dollar, definitely more exciting. We got... Why is this so clear? There we go. We got what looks like another lower high here on the dollar. It is struggling into Friday's close, looking to kind of push back up and have a solid close. But at the moment, definitely seeing weakness. Do we have... Okay, I'll call it bearish divergence on the day. Our oscillators, no matter what you're using, really hitting higher highs while price is not, and that does usually suggest that the rally does not have legs. This weekly closing up as a little doji, perhaps heading back to 104, a green close or above 104.2, likely suggesting the dollar wants to at least retest its yearly highs here at 105. I am praying for this. I want a lower high and I want a retest of 101, and that is a very weak pattern that would look for further downside, and then that would likely benefit stocks, crypto, gold, whatever have you. S&P 500, if you caught that short clip that we put out a few days ago, this thing is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely bottoming-ish looking pattern. We identified this really janky head and shoulders here. It is upside down, so it'd be an inverse head and shoulders. Our neckline does look to be broken, but S&P 500 is reaching up, hitting higher highs for the year, hitting higher highs versus May in just 2 days of June. 4,300 going to be that August 22's high, next point of resistance. I mean, it gets spicy. It gets spicy after that. You break that high, you have very little left above you. You have March, if this will ever work. There we go. You have March, and then you have your all-time high. All great profit-taking targets. Likely to see market participants take profits there from positions grabbed down here by the 200-week. This just looks so strong, and I'm very jealous. I'm extremely jealous. I wish Bitcoin looked like this. Anything could change, though. It could start looking like this, but man. Yeah, I've got dog hair in my mouth. Reaching up there, solid 1.5% green candle. Right off of a 1% candle. Really looking to close this week strong. I love it. If only I owned any stocks. Maybe someday. Gold. Gold did close a bearish engulf at 1969, and we're seeing kind of the fallout from that. I expect gold to kind of just trend likely between last month's low, maybe as low as 1920. back to like 1970. I expect it to just trend there kind of sideways until the dollar makes a move. If we see the dollar push back down to 100 or break 100, gold very likely to again look for an all-time high this month as it did last month. It's easy to forget, it kind of got brushed under the rug, but gold breaking an all-time high is a serious, important event. Very important. The last time it happened was in 2020, and then we spent 2 years, 3 years dicking around. Here we are. I could be looking for support at 1920-ish. That's our monthly resistance. If it comes, I might buy some gold. Not financial advice. None of this is. I don't know the future. Trading is all risk. It's all gambling. It's just calculated risk. But gold, it's hard. Like I said in the last stream, it's hard to bet against it. It's just in such a solid position right now. It hasn't broken a new... I mean, it did, but it's like stayed in this range for 3 years. It broke its high last month. Like, to bet against gold, that doesn't mean I would go all in on it, but like to bet against it, I think is kind of a fool's game at the moment. There are weaker things to bet against. That could be potentially a monthly cup and handle setup, like with a target of Lord knows, actually. 2,400, 2,600. Honestly, if gold does make a run in June, it would likely play out over months, but I don't think that those are high enough. I think gold, if it breaks out, could double in price. Gold has really been suppressed. Like, you look back to 2011, it traded at almost 2K. Now we're 12 years later, and we're right there. We're at almost the same value. Gold has not appreciated versus an infinitely printed dollar. Doesn't make sense. Crude we looked at, I don't have much to say. There is some bullish divergence going on there, but I'm not really excited about Crude unless it drops below that previous support, or at least trades higher than May. Right now it's just chilling there, and that's definitely waiting on the US kind of sussing out its strength. It's going to be interesting with student loan repayments sucking liquidity out of the US specifically. That may have negative implications for Crude. Total crypto market cap. What's up, crypto market cap? Beautiful back test of August high at 1.06 trillion. Last month closing a bearish engulfing candle. Not a great take. Let's mark May's open. There we go. 1.102 trillion. I think it is highly probable to see total reach back up to 1.16 trillion. What it does there, I do not know. But I think it's highly probable in this month. Something we should keep in mind is it's not just a new month. It is the last month in the second quarter of the year. When you look at the quarterly candles, you get a very different picture. This looks much stronger. This looks much more confident than just down on the month. Q1 was beastly. To see Q2 close red, especially like as a doji, and then see a continuation into Q3 would look very normal. Would look very normal for a chart. Again, the 200 weekly on total, same as Bitcoin. That's the line in the sand for me. That's what I'm watching. Ethereum being extra spicy here. We have to zoom in a lot. It actually closed green, which is really shocking to me. It did not look like it wanted to on Wednesday. Closing at 1875. Seeing a green candle here with a small bottom wick. Now it's still in this range, still potentially looking for a lower high or a lower low, just like last month. But Ethereum officially closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monthly candles in a row. When was the last time that happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back here, October to February. Before that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. This is the vibe I'm getting from so many factors in the market. It's like lots of things are lining up, or they are resembling on higher time frames what happened at the end of 2020. Maybe earlier than December, maybe like October, like we looked at the crypto search volumes, very similar to December of 2020. I'm just seeing a lot of similarities here. And what is kind of cool, though this doesn't really line up with Ethereum, but with Bitcoin, if we looked at it, it would, is this little September-October pullback. We had a rally. We had this red candle in the middle of what would have been 5 green candles without this one. This little pullback that really shook the market. A not very volatile September, and then November, December, we took off. So this could, not Ethereum, but it close enough, could look very good if we see June simply break April's high. Ethereum could be poised for a very strong move. We were looking for it for a long time. Like all the way up here into like the 3300s. Yeah, actually, that's about right. We said this months ago. I haven't said it because things haven't really been happening. But if you break this 2150, 2200 area, you're looking at 3300 pretty quickly. There is a lot of potential upside, but it's such an if. It has to get through that level. It's not going to be easy. The rest of the market has to be following up too. Cool. Got through those. Real quick sneak peek at Apple. We're looking for an all-time high here. Incredibly strong pattern. Apple's just a hard company to bet against. I did notice RSI in the day. Kind of weird, but it is remaining above 50. Our lows are coming up. I mean, this is a bullish structure. I think it's going to break its all-time high this month, honestly. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. This itself is very ugly with this very tight up. We'll call it an ascending channel. Very ugly. This typically breaks to the downside when we see these patterns. So we originally looked at something maybe like this, where we pull back for a higher low onto the descending high trend and then look for a new, like a real new all-time high. I still think this is what's in the cards. Nvidia. Gosh, Nvidia and AI stocks, man. Nvidia in 2.5 hours going to be closing its markets really this weekly, setting a new all-time high just like last week. But this is not as exciting. It looks like market is really just figuring out what to do here. I do want to warn you guys again about this massive gap in price. 305 to 366 on Nvidia. Doesn't have to fill, but it is looming. If you're buying Nvidia now, you're buying it up 30% literally in a week. That's a premium. I would feel comfortable personally grabbing some Nvidia if we saw it trickle back down to like the 300 area. I think I personally might even look to pick up something, but I don't like buying green candles, man. And this is really up there. I will give it props. It has not sold off from this. I don't know, like, look, what do you call that? Crow's nest on a boat? This is going to be the worst boat ever drawn. There we go. This little crow's nest up here. I just drew that so you'd remember it. It's held on. It didn't quite hit 420. That's lame. That's lame. 419.38. I think Nvidia hits 420 this month. Just for the sake of 420. Meta. I tweeted about Meta yesterday. I don't think we looked at it actually in the previous stream, but Meta, beautiful, dude. This is a crazy chart. I wish I had looked at this earlier. This green 200 weekly moving average. Look at this gap. So same thing as Nvidia. We're seeing this across markets. There's these pretty gnarly gaps below price. But look at the gap above the 200 weekly. This little back test of support and now just heading back to fill this previous gap. Markets are chaos, but there absolutely is order in that chaos. I don't know what Meta is even doing. I don't know who uses Facebook. I don't know who's buying their virtual reality crap. I heard they have 28 users. But their company certainly does seem bullish. I would be maybe looking to take it long to like 290, but then I think the play is head short at the gap fill. And if you break an all-time high like 400, maybe you can go long. I just don't believe in Meta. I think their stock looks great though, especially if we invert this chart. That looks like a blow off top. Does look like it wants a little retracement there, doesn't it? Looks like a blow off top to me. And that should spell some upside gains. QQQ moving on up. Currently trading at 340. Looking for a test of that monthly resistance, 362. You clear that. All-time highs are ahead. Already broke a higher high in June in 2 days. Already breaking higher highs. This is why I'm jealous of stocks right now. It's no fun. Tesla's the last one I wanted to look at. Tesla, we had such good calls on this in the past. We grabbed down at 100 and we were looking for a move up to 207. That's over 100% gain. At 207 though, basically looked to do short, and that short did play out for a long time, a few months. And now Tesla's sneaking back up here. It hasn't quite broken where I'd like to see it break to really give this the go signal. About 218. Let's zoom in. Has it? Nope. Yep, nope. Wow, it's really close. I still think it has the threat or potential to reject here. You can see this short, we had our stop specifically placed higher. So it is in trouble, but this is still looking all right. It has not quite broken that previous high in February. If it does, I mean, immediately looking at 230 and you get to 230, then you're looking at like 313. This would be wild. There's just so much threat right here. This is the 0.5 retracement after our harmonic pattern, rejecting here. That's a bearish 5-0. That's a very powerful bearish signal. I will say, however, I do believe in Tesla, unlike Facebook, and so maybe this is a better value. I just want to see it above 217. I need to see this high break, and then I'd feel comfortable being bullish on it. Being bully on it. Beyond blah. Let me pull up the low time frame on Bitcoin, and then we're just going to get back to chilling in the chat. I closed my shorts. I don't have any shorts open anymore. I feel naked. May 16th? That's not right. My 9th. There we go. We plotted these trades out on Bitcoin days and days and days ago, and they finally hit. All of those longs in the last stream, we looked at this. They hadn't quite hit. Boom. Filled and wicked. Didn't get stopped out. We were looking from 26.7 and really just kind of playing that to maybe 30K. I'm sure someone could play that stronger. That is a nice 12% gain. I do have a long open on that, which I'm like afraid to look at. I'm worried it's wrecked. Nice, we got 500 viewers. Not bad. Didn't expect so much fam today. 150 likes, guys. Can we get that up? I mean, we have 500. We could easily have 420 likes right now if everyone worked together. We could have 420 likes, and then we could have this whole weekend to blaze it. If you're enjoying the stream, smash the like button. If you're not enjoying it, you can hit the dislike button. That's fine. Here we go. I pulled up the trade. Pulled it up. Here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So, opening price, 26.8. Boom, got it. This is a pretty big trade. About $1,000 margin, 10x. It's up 8% or $82. Pray for me, fam. Pray for me. It's not very exciting. Just pray. Like the stream. Thank you, Monkey. And in the other direction, potentially looking to open up a short around that 30 or 30.3K area. This is just what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. This is not what I'm saying you should do. You should never listen to anyone, in my opinion, about how to manage or trade your money. That's a choice you need to make. Don't let other people make that for you. Damn, not a lot going on. I am digging this higher low potentially off of our entry. Not bad. Kind of returning to that consolidation point. I do think a move to the upside is next. Let's check our really low time frames. Hourly not going to give it to us. Let's go lower. 5 minute is bullish, but not very. 15 minute actually, I like this. Money flow showing us a pretty clean uptrend here of money flow. Higher highs, 3 in a row. VWAP is trending down, so maybe in the shorter term, looking for a pullback. But I think, unlikely to break 26,870 here on that pullback. Let's see. Hopefully a 30-minute. Nope, 30-minute doesn't look too great either. Quick little gumdrop dip into red money flow. It is back up. What I don't like is so far VWAP has been pointing down the volume weighted average profile. This has a really significant impact on price. It is essentially like the short-term cost average, and price almost always, well, not almost always, but with very high confidence, chases the VWAP. It's a really interesting mechanic. We have to go all the way out to the hour. Nope, and even on the hour, we do see money flow rolling over. But VWAP's down. It's just like there's no clean go sign. 2 hour definitely getting droopy here with a lower low on money flow. Momentum really struggling. This is the first time frame where VWAP is up or suggesting maybe upside, but that money flow momentum may not really allow it to do that. 4 hour is bullish but ugly, looking to roll over as well. Man, can it just be bullish? Can't just be bullish. 6 hour, same thing as the 4. 12 hour. All right, this is the first interesting thing. So 12 hour, we've been for a few streams waiting for this to roll over. We're seeing our lows come up on money flow. Momentum is now in the negatives, but right here we see that VWAP coming up, and that's the first clearer signal that I've seen on any of these time frames. where it's looking for at least some kind of bounce or retracement up. Most of the other time frames were not really giving us that, just giving us heaviness. I like this, especially if momentum can pull in. So we'd probably have to see this in the next 12 to 24 hours, further upside, further bounce. If we do, momentum will then pinch, roll over, and that is a really nice higher low, followed by that VWAP. That's likely enough to pull money flow into the green. I actually like the 12-hour. Daily, it kind of looks like hot garbage too. If the 12-hour doesn't see upside movement in the next 12 to 24 hours, I think the day is liable to dump more, and that likely will put us below the 200 weekly, and we'll have to be looking for support lower. I forget where we said before, like 24 and change. Like right there. I don't want to see these lows broken. Like, I absolutely do not want to see the 11th and the 24th of May. I want to see that hold. It's not quite a double bottom, but close enough, I guess. I want to see that hold. I only want to see higher lows, and I want to see price march back up to 31 and at least explore that 32 area. Like something like that. Moving to like 32, that's where it does get sketchy. I think we'll find out where the shorts are at 32. We either get a short squeeze, and that's what propels us up to those numbers I've been looking for, or people have now removed those shorts. We don't get a squeeze, and likely that's like, what, a higher high back down and more boredom. More boredom. Yeah, thank God it's summer. I'm going tubing tomorrow, hopefully. What are you guys doing this weekend? Hopefully it hasn't rained here in 2 weeks. It's not supposed to rain for like 10 days, and then randomly today it says like 30% chance of thunderstorms. On the day I wanted to go tubing. I don't know. James Schmee, I'm copy trading your whole portfolio. You can't stop me. That's true, I can't. James Manford, blaze a moment while we speak. Roll up, my friend. Roll up. That'll be me as soon as I end the stream. Don't we blaze every weekend? Of course we do, autopilot. Of course we do. I mean, if you want to. There's no pressure here, guys. We do love 420. We love saying it. It's fun. And we like smoking. It's not for children. Consult a doctor. But if you don't, there's no pressure. It's okay. You can still join in on the shenanigans. There's no pressure here. Some people, smoking's just not for them. Do I have a dead pixel? What is that? Am I going crazy, or is there a little dot? Okay. I wasn't going crazy. Okay. Swamp. What's up, Alif Ahmed? Mr. Crown, fancy seeing you here on your channel. Fancy seeing you here on my channel, my good sir. Good to have you, man. You're in Calgary. Got the ByBit warning. Yeah, DJG. We talked about that early May, late April, that it was coming. I warned everybody, you gotta get off ByBit. I don't think they're insolvent or anything. I don't have any concerns on that area, but there's no point of waiting. There's no point of like literally just waiting for the thing to come. You can withdraw, of course, if you're in the US or Canada, because they just now are after Canada too, right? Canada's really quickly becoming kind of this anti-crypto thing, just like the US. I don't like it, but I do like Canada. You went tubing yesterday? Hell yeah, Jonah. Hell yeah. Pray. I need rain though. My garden, oh my God, my well is going to dry up if it doesn't rain. But at the same time, don't rain tomorrow. I want to go tubing. Rain and fog here forecast next to Lucky. Can you send that this way? This has been the single driest May in my area, I think, in decades. It has, I want to say it hasn't rained at all, or didn't rain at all in May. It might have, but if it did, it was like one time. It was not a lot of rain. Today, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, and some crazy number for June, temperature-wise, like 90 or 100. The world's on fire, baby. Smoking sucks. That's okay, Anna. You're welcome to feel that way. What's up, Eric? Any crypto exchange allowed in Canada? Fairdesk and ByBit, as far as I know, can be used in Canada, but you all have to know your local laws, jurisdiction, etc. I cannot answer that for you. Not only am I not a legal professional, but I don't live in Canada. Okay, cool. This little descending trend here looks to be battling with price. That gives us at least something for a little confirmation, not a huge move to the upside to get us up above that local descending high trend and hopefully playing out this long, not getting me wrecked. Lower high to 28.3 would be actually pretty good. I'm liking this. Let me get rid of everything. I'm liking this. This is looking pretty weak here. This is looking a little head and shouldery. Inverted. That's likely suggesting, I mean, we're really zoomed in, what, 27.6? Fair value gap on the 15-minute right here. Market likely looking to fill in that price action, though I will say it has traded there a lot, so maybe it's not as required as necessary. We have a lot of range trading here. This is some of the hardest, most brutal, boring Bitcoin trading I've ever experienced in my life. Right here. Like, huge run up, no time to get long. Little pullback, explosive run up, big pullback. I wouldn't say, well, it's explosive, but didn't go anywhere. And then an even deeper pullback. How many people were shaken right here? So many. Then you get another explosive move, and then you spend 77 days in this range. 77 days. Basically between 26.5 and 30.5 thousand. 77 days. If you're still here, you're going to make it. If you're still here, you're going to make it, fam. There aren't that many of us, so it makes it easy to say. You smoke like a tire fire. Love it. What's up, B Team Crypto? Dr. Crypto, any plans on traveling to the UK? Be good to see you over the pond. Hey, well, I just was over the pond, but I was way farther. I was in Estonia. I actually was invited to some event in the UK while I was there. I don't know if I have any follow-up details after that. Someone was like, "Yo, fly you out," and I was like, "All right." I was too tired to even like process it. I guess we'll see. I mean, I'll always keep you guys updated. I do like traveling internationally. Do not like jet lag, but it's still fun to go out. Estonia was awesome. Is Kraken allowed in Ontario? I think so. I'm really not the guy to ask. Really, the question that you have to ask is, well, you have to know what your government says, law-wise, legality. And then past that, do they KYC? If they don't KYC, then anyone from anywhere can use it. Because they aren't asking you where you're from. It's like, don't ask, don't tell. Maybe that's a bad reference. If they do KYC, then you have to look into, do they allow your country? Our sponsors, Fairdesk, Femex, either of them KYC. Just know your own stuff, know your own rules. Sign up using my link, though. It does help support the stream. Basically, out of transparency, a small percent of your trading fees, instead of going to the exchange, go to me. It's a very small percent, but you don't pay more in fees. The exchange just makes less profit. So who do you want that money to go to? The exchange or me? Honestly, whatever you think, I wouldn't be offended. I personally would choose you guys over the exchange, just so you know. All the links at tomcrown.io. Not true. Ontario can't do no KYC either. Well, there you go, James. There you go. You're doing it right now? I'm doing it right now, baby. Oh, yeah. Still like the meat and cheese from Europe. Oh, my God. Wick, don't get me started, dude. The meat and cheese and milk, especially milk and yogurt. Oh, my. You can't buy it here. You could spend $100 on a gallon of milk. Still wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't be as good. What happened, James? To me, a lot of people on KuCoin got frozen, but I would not go. Honestly, I would, if I was on Gate.io or KuCoin, I would take my funds off of it. I have cautioned our community in the past here about KuCoin, recently about Gate.io. You know, you take your own risks. Know that there's risks on every centralized exchange, not just KuCoin and Gate.io. But those two do not give me good vibes, and my good vibe radar has saved me countless times in crypto. If you're not doing anything with assets, just take them off, especially off of those two. You can always put them back on, right? It's not worth the risk. Man, Bitcoin's really not moving. We out here. That's right, Captain Gary. We need a brand new government. Agreed. DJG. Wow, it's tongue twister. Agreed. We need a crypto government. I don't know who we is, but... Or Gemini. You can still use MEXC and KuCoin, but your buddy up north in Ontario can't use them. It is what it is. Orange, you glad? Have I been playing the AI bubble? Do you mean trading, or have I been using AI? I actually haven't traded really any AI stocks or anything like that. That's been your weather, Creighton. I am not in the Midwest. I'm actually in the Northeast. Shh, don't tell anyone. How are you doing, Armen? Armen Seat You hit your 420 stop loss around your 30s. And that's fine, brother. That's fine. It's been so dry. Dude, Crypto Anon, it's a desert. My garden, the ground is cracking. It's like literally cracking open. You quit drinking over a year ago. Your beard has dark red hairs, so I don't know what that means, James, but I love your energy, dude. I love it. And good for you. Quitting drinking is like an amazing feat. What's happening with ByBit? ByBit, here's the truth of what's happening with ByBit. ByBit is trying to go like legit. Legit meaning like regulatory legit. And what that means is they're going to have to KYC like AML measures all of their customers because they didn't KYC their entire existence. And what that inevitably means is US users, Canadian users, probably the UK, if they can still use it, will be next. Countries with like strong AML laws will kick them, will boot them. And once they have everyone KYC'd, then they will be like more legitimate and be able to approach registrations in like different countries and things. But they have to get all of their US, Canadian, whatever users off first. That's what's happening. I don't think, and of course I have no insider information with ByBit. They did sponsor us in the past. If I could use them, I still would. But I can't because I'm in the US. I don't think they have issues with like solvency. I think it is they're trying to like go legit. And so this is how they have to do it. And so they're going to kick off a bunch of different countries and then I guess see where the dust settles if they still have an exchange by then. ByBit is moving to Canada. Really? That's weird. Upstate New York is so dry, dude. I feel you. I feel you. Watering your garden 4 to 6 hours daily. I've been doing like 2 hours and I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid that my well's going to dry. I'm so afraid the well's going to dry up. I've never lived on well water until I lived here. And man, is it a concern. Well, Pepe, is it over? I don't know. But it did finally hit our entries. Neither were stopped out. Did hit our longs. Could look worse. Could look worse. I would definitely, or I wouldn't even know why I'd say definitely. I already have these up. We already went over this. This is where I was looking to enter down at, what is it, 5 zeros, 11.8. And we said a less patient trader could take a trade a little higher with a looser stop loss. I don't think that was a good one, but they're both not stopped. 3 to 1. What, risking 9% for 30%? Yeah, 3 to 1. 3 to 1 risk to reward. I am personally not touching this. You guys know I bought my little bag, like $100 of Pepe down here. I took profit, I think twice. Put $100 in, pulled about 350 out, and I still have what, like maybe like 300 left. Moonbag, can't push it enough. Moonbag, when you're messing with these things, these meme coins, micro caps. What I do is I judge them by their market cap size. The smaller they are, the less size investment I use. And so that's managing my risk via position size. Very important. And then what I also do is at the like soonest opportunity, I take my principal out. My rule of thumb is at 2x, sell half. So now you have half your bag and you have your money back. Now you have zero risk. You gotta play these this way. Pepe, who knows? Is it done? I mean, I never really cared for it to begin with. I don't really believe in it. If you do, who knows? It could run again. It may just hit a low, like a lower high and be done, and then spend years doing nothing. Or it could just keep bleeding down, kind of like Shiba Inu did. It could just bleed down. You know, there's a lot of gap here. There's very little traded volume, honestly, in this whole area. It could just spend years bleeding down. Don't know. What's more important is you got to, next time you approach something like this, you got to put a little bit of plan, a little bit of thought into action, and then execute it. Whoa. That was trippy. Let me put an alert here. Breaking 501 down here at May 12th low. Likely looking for continuation. Likely. I lost the Bitcoin. Here we go. It's just hanging out. Juan, you know what? I got really annoyed, but Juan asked about quantum computing and like SHA-256 and breaking encryption. I got like pretty fed up with it during 21, but no one's asked that in a long time, and there's really nothing to look at anyway. I am not at all afraid of quantum computing. Quantum computing is just the next step. I mean, people will just use quantum computers to mine Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin will have to make changes. The entire world will have to make changes. As the world is right now, almost nothing is secured against quantum. The potential of quantum. That's because quantum computing doesn't really exist yet. It exists literally, but it doesn't exist functionally. We can have, I think it's like, how many qubits are we up to now? I think China just had quantum computing. I'm Googling it. How many? China just had some like new breakthrough using the lasers or something, and they achieved a higher qubit. How many? IBM. Wait. Ooh, Wikipedia. Okay, long ass history of quantum. So you can see all the way back to 1960s. We're talking about quantum. 2020s. Here we go. December 3rd. I knew I wasn't crazy. December 3rd. Chinese researchers claim to have achieved a photonic break of 76 qubits. How many qubits to break SHA? I don't know the answer to this. Logical qubits. Number of logical qubits required to break SHA-256. 2,400 qubits. So China claims to have hit 76. Oh, wait, no. Here's a new one. Quantum volume. I don't know if that's the same, though. I don't think it is. Of course, the stuff will just come faster and faster. IBM presents its 433 qubit Osprey quantum. So I don't know. Regardless, we aren't near this. We aren't near this number. We will inevitably, with no doubt in my mind, 100% confidence, we will reach it. Just a matter of time. There's more nuance to it, though. It's not just do you have the qubits. So a lot of the issue, at least to my understanding, and I'm no expert, is that there's more than just, so if we say qubit is like, I don't know, processing power, right? It's like horsepower. It's not just how much horsepower you have. Because you could say like dynamite has high horsepower or whatever, right? Like it has lots of energy, but it's not productive energy. It's just lots of energy. And from my readings, that is largely the issue with quantum computing right now, is it has the potential, or they've demonstrated these high horsepowers, right? These high qubits, but they aren't functional qubits. It's not like, I don't know, a piston engine where all that force is being directed or calculated in a functional manner. It just exists. So not only do we have to get to whatever that number, 2,500 qubits, we have to have it as functional computing power, which to my knowledge, I don't think really has been displayed. It's all like prototype theory, possibility, etc. stuff. It's not like functional qubits. It's like in this science experiment, we've shown that it can do this thing, which represents this many qubits. But yeah, so Bitcoin inevitably will have to change. Here's the thing. It's much easier to defend against or protect against quantum computing by changing encryption. It's very easy to make encryption that quantum computing can't break easily. And that'll take like, how many other, hundreds of years or whatever amount of time to break. That's easy to do. We've done that. We already have that. It's much harder to build up the functional qubits, to build up that functional processing, to be able to do it. So such a long story short, I'm not worried. Bitcoin will be forced to adapt the same way literally everything will have to adapt. Everything running on SHA, like that's military grade encryption. Everything. The first attack vector will not be Bitcoin. If they tomorrow all of a sudden came out with this magical quantum computer, it'd be a stupid target. You could just access all the world's banks, just take all the money. I don't know. launch all the nukes. Like, there's going after a $300 billion market cap thing it would just be silly. And even farther than that, if you were the only one in the world that had that power, which at some point some human will have, or at least some company or group, why do you even need money? You don't even need money anymore. You've invented like a computer nuclear bomb. Money would not be, why would you even need it? Like, you have something way more valuable, way more powerful. All right, I'm done with that. Someone said LTC, I'm always willing to look at Litecoin right up at resistance on the month, man. Right there. I think Litecoin's been looking great. These candles might not convince you of that, but we continue to see since November just higher lows. Higher lows. Oh, my. Higher lows. Now we do need to see that higher high break. And then we can look for like 120, which was our target a long time ago. But I think this is looking good. It's like certainly not the prettiest string of candles here on the weekly. It's very janky. But our lows are coming up. This is starting to, I guess it's not as flat as I'd like. It's more symmetrical. Right below resistance. I mean, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to actually get to 48K this year. That's what I'm thinking. But I have much higher confidence that Litecoin will trade to 120 this year. I have high confidence Bitcoin will hit 48. But I have much higher confidence Litecoin will hit 120 in this year. And I just say 120 because it's the most logical, closest target. I'm not saying that's as high as it can go. It can definitely go higher. It is the Litecoin's halving year, which is off symmetry with Bitcoin's. And so it does have its supply crunch hit sooner. And we have in the past seen Litecoin rally into... Was it into or post halving? I don't remember. I don't remember anymore. Time. There's so much time. You know, I haven't said it this entire stream. If you're not in the Discord, join it. You'll get free airdrops of some Satoshis. I'll make you all Bitcoin holders just for being in there. Best way to keep up with our community. You know the jam. Did we get any more subscribers today? Oh, we did. I missed them. I'm just not used to hearing it go off. Robert N subscribed, and a Russian name I can't pronounce, but if I tried, I would say Palma Rekhe. That's really wrong. But welcome and thank you for subscribing, guys. If you haven't subscribed and you're out there, do it. Do it. Catch our lives. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then whenever it is spicy. Typically. What's up, Lena? I remember how you started to follow 3 years ago, because I remember you, Lena. How you doing, darling? Do some shout out in the live, Tommy boy. Okay, Hexy girl. There you go. Hard gap from the internet. It isn't, I guess that wasn't the literal point. The literal point is, I don't want to get sucked back in. You're trying to suck me back into this, spicy dad. That's because you're spicy. The point is, you have like an unchallenged weapon if you're when you are the first, or if you're the first to create this. It doesn't have to be about nukes. It can be about anything. Just, you would have access to everything that's connected to the internet. People are worried about Bitcoin if the electricity goes out. The only things where Bitcoin doesn't continue into the future are doom scenarios. Like, well, what if a meteor hits the Earth and blows the planet up? That might stop Bitcoin. I agree. Would not matter. Are they only at 17 qubits? James Schmee? I looked it up and it was saying something else. It was saying more. I thought 17 was closer to like what we've demonstrated. So if we have 17, I'm just trusting Schmee. We need 2,500 to break Shaw. We are just nowhere close. A piston engine. Yeah. Giggity. Happy 420. Let's get that license. We have 240 likes. I don't think we're going to make it to 420 today. It's all right, guys. For just this one time, we'll just pretend like we did. We'll pretend. I like the poll results. Ooh, I forgot. I have to give away $100. I like the poll results. Pretty even split here on the kind of speed run stream we had last stream. So we are going to give away $100 to a lucky winner. If you would like to be eligible for the next giveaway, likely on the next stream, When this live stream is over, all you have to do is comment post live. So you have to be in the comments. You have to sign up with Fairdesk using my link. And all you do is comment your user ID after the live in the comments. Why doesn't it? What? Why does that not work? YouTube recently added this like different URL, like youtube.com/live or whatever. And it's really goofed up a lot of things. Like it wouldn't, there we go. It wouldn't pull that up. So here we go. Let's see who wins. I win! Ha! That's never happened, actually. That's funny. It's never picked my comment. There we go, Zippo. Zippo is our $100 winner. I'm going to send that over to Fairdesk. I will remind you guys, all you have to do is sign up with my Fairdesk link. Comment on this live. Don't comment on other lives. I don't know. Past lives. Past lives. Half-lives. Let me send that to her. Send to my affiliate. And comment. You get randomly picked. You win whatever amount we're giving out. Fairdesk reserves the right, though, to not distribute the rewards, meaning if you're signing up a bunch of accounts in order to try to manipulate it, try to abuse it, they won't give it to you. Nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it is what it is. Let's go, Zippo. 9 lives. I'm not a cat. Nothing is happening. And so we've been live about an hour. We will be live again on Monday. Join the Discord, guys. Sign up with my links. I think it's that time to crown out. Enjoy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers. I'll be thinking about you. We'll go live if something crazy happens. Crown out.